going on, everyone? Alex here. Happy New Year for 2022. If that's the correct year. Yeah, 2022. Okay. January 1st. It's a bit of a gloomy one here in Krakow, but I made it home to the UK for a few days, which was nice to finally reconnect with family after a year and a half. I wanted to give you guys a bit of an update on what's going on with me, and if there's time, fill you in on a cheeky little goal setting, productivity, good things to do at the beginning of New Year's advice. My voice is ringing out through this quiet neighborhood here. But yeah, it's good to be back. It's been a while since I've shared and created a video, so I'm easing myself back into it through a suitably shaky, handheld, in-street, noisy background situation. So just in terms of updating you on where I'm at, because I know that a lot of you are keen on hearing about my personal details, so I'll share what I can. As most of you are probably familiar with or can relate to, as we are still in kind of holiday mode, I think a lot of us have broken a lot of the good habits that we were maintaining for a while, if we were, and the same applies to me. So pretty much when it comes to caffeine, sugar, nofap, the big three, I've not been maintaining a completely clean path, certainly on the sugar front, certainly on the mince pies front, having just been through Christmas. Too much salt, too much sugar, too much processed food for sure. So I'm certainly not on any long streaks on any of those. Some are better than others. Caffeine, I'm afraid I've fallen back into. Well, for those of you who care about quitting coffee and you can see the benefits, I had a very long, solid stretch of keeping caffeine completely out of my life. It sounds like a bad relationship, and in a way it was, because I would overdo it on caffeine on most days, drinking, well, for me anyway, because I see myself as quite sensitive to this kind of stuff. I feel the anxiety, I feel the pent-upness, the high dopamine rush very easily, so I considered myself drinking 3 cups was quite a lot. So I went about 3 or 4 months, I think it was, with no caffeine whatsoever, and then I kind of slipped back into it, and now I'm back on that wagon. And I'm going to update you on what I'm going to be doing with caffeine next. I'm considering getting rid of it again, just for mental clarity's sake, for calm's sake. Sort of, I find that it tends to positively influence my thought patterns and processes, and I just feel mentally more well, and I feel more willing to approach people and talk to people because I'm not wound up like a piñata on a stick. So I'm sort of drinking coffee again, been eating too much sugar, so I'm going to be laying off that now as we move into the new year. And nofap, not too bad, kind of fell off the wagon a couple of times, but generally that's on a good run. I'm just going to show you a little bit of a park I'm walking in. The river's over there. It's the Vistula River in Poland. It's a river that runs through Krakow and goes all the way down south through Warsaw to the coast. This is absolutely a rambly video, so for those of you who are still with me, congratulations. Doing well, there's a little bit more to go. I want to talk to you about my views on goals and a little thing that's been really helpful for me in terms of staying productive, staying so-called disciplined, getting stuff done, and might be something that you apply. Sorry about the wind again, guys. Another little update is that I've moved to a new place in Krakow, more of a permanent situation as opposed to the sort of fleeting short stints that I would be staying in Airbnbs, and that would be a little bit of a tricky one because I would be constantly moving, and it was a little bit frustrating after a while because I couldn't ever settle into a nice a space where I could have my microphone set up and a proper camera set up and all that stuff. So I've got myself a new place. It has an extra room where I can use it as an office, and I'm gonna perhaps show you pictures of the new studio space, which is kind of taking shape nicely with a standing desk and things like that. Really helpful for my coaching work, helpful for my consulting, without getting a bad back, and everything else that I'm doing. Videos, I've got a podcast in the works, a new one. I've got a new magazine/blog I'm working on. I've got a new men's community I'm building. There's a lot going on for me. I knew that this video would be quite a long one, but as it's been such a long time, kind of ease you guys in, especially the hardcore fans among you who want to hear all the little tidbits. That's as good as it's going to be for now. But I'm still in Krakow, still in Poland, still loving it here. That big balloon you see in the background is I don't know if it's got helium in it or something, but it lifts up every now and then. I haven't done it, and you can sit in the bottom of that and look at the city from above, and it's kind of winched up on a big old rope. Well, it's like one wire, which looks very precarious. In terms of the goal thing, I think it is relevant for this video, just to talk about what I do as briefly as possible, because it is the start of the new year, and I thought it'd be useful. So, setting goals. I've always ummed and ahed about whether it's even worth doing. And what I'd like to say about goals is that, yes, I still set them and I write them down and I have fun with it, and I rewrite my goals as often as I can. And I now see them not so much as a goal that I need to reach, and there's pressure around that, and I see it, I used to see it as a target, and I'd always be upset if I didn't reach certain targets and I fell short of certain goals. I don't see goals as goals in the traditional sense anymore. I see goals as an opportunity, as I'm writing them, to energize myself about what's possible. And I find that goals are a great way of directing your attention to the exciting things that you can create in your life, and what's fun about your life. What's doable, what's out there. And it sort of reminds you that there is a forest for all the trees, and helps you zoom out. More than that, setting goals, writing them down, I see as a means to there's a dog doing weird things over there. I see goals as once you've set your goals and you've created a few targets, especially the one key target for the year. I always want to emphasize the importance of having one at least main priority that you keep your eye on. Once you've created that clarity about what you want to create, what you'd love to create, you want to redirect your attention now to the everyday, and you want to ask yourself this question, which is what I've been asking myself, which I've been finding really helpful, which is, what's the one thing I will do every day, or at least every working day, that will move me towards this goal? What is one thing I will do every day that will align with my intention that I have created through establishing this goal? So in my case, for example, I might say I want to grow my coaching practice to a certain level with this much income coming in, and it's an exciting amount of income that revs me up and excites me. And I say, yeah, that's what I want. And the one thing that I know I need to do every day that is going to move me in that direction, that I think is the highest priority, and it really narrows one's thinking, and it narrows one down to the key priorities. That for me would be to connect with interesting people, take action through connection, and just DM people, people that inspire me, reach out to them, talk to people. And that's a thing that I can do. It takes me out of this scary idea of, oh God, I got to grow a coaching business. Where do I start? And gets me grounded into the present, gets me grounded into the everyday. And that's where you want to be, and that's where a lot of people struggle with goals, is that goals take them out of the present, take them out of the everyday, and you don't want that. You want to have a goal first as a foundational focus, and then that will bring you back into the everyday by asking the right kinds of questions. And a great question to ask yourself is, as we close off here, what's the one thing I'm going to do every day that's going to get me closer to this goal, that's going to help me realize this? And you'll find that that really narrows our thinking down to the key priority, the one priority, and that is often enough to help you see what it's all about, and help you focus on the purpose behind it. And it gets us into the moment, gets us into action, and that's the key thing. So for me, it's connecting with new people or old people that I already know, and making sure I do something on that front, making sure I, even if the day is about to end, just to DM someone on Twitter and just ask them how they're doing without expectation. That's the key thing for me. It's not about like getting something from someone, it's just keeping the momentum going. That's the beauty of the everyday action. What's the one action you will take every day that's going to move you? And it might take a bit of thought initially, like what is that thing? Well, that's what you want. You want to think. You want to challenge yourself to think with focus. And you will inevitably cut the fat that is usually present around poor decision making. And that can, create a lot of complexity and confusion in our lives, that we have so many ways of doing things that we just go crazy. Whereas if you ask yourself, that channeling question, what's the one thing, find yourself making some solid ground. So, running out of breath here, also an indication that I need to get in the gym. I hope you guys are having a good start of year. If you've got any questions or thoughts, feel free to share them down below. Ideas for new videos. I'm going to be setting up in the studio, so there'll be some more professional looking videos hopefully coming through. I know I've said this a few times, but I'm finally getting around to it. And there'll also be a few more shaky handheld vlog type videos as well. Lots to come. Glad that you're still here with me on this journey, and it's been a pleasure to know a lot of you guys and to meet a lot of you guys through the channel. So keep it up, keep engaging, keep talking. I'm always keen to hear from you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye.